Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FTRL. It is Thursday evening, which means it is time for your weekly dose of our debut season of GT2 action. Up to the penultimate week of the championship, rounds 13 and 14 tonight, coming at you first from Sardegna for the Group 4 race, with a little later on the Group 3 race coming from Monza. Joining me on comms tonight is Mr. FTRL Blue Flag. Good evening, Si.
Evening all.
How are we?
We're well, you and everyone else.
Not bad. I've been out walking and my feet are absolutely killing me.
How far did you walk, blimey?
I've been out 3 times this week. I've done 7.6, 6.5 and 7.2 miles respectively, so quite a way.
It is quite a way.
I'm just praying to get my bike back soon so I can just cycle everywhere. It'll be much easier. So there we go. So the championship getting to the business end. So just 4 races left to go, 2 in Group 4, 2 in Group 3. I don't know why I'm getting this absolutely god-awful camera angle coming to see Posh Blue. It's showing me coming through the middle sector, but from a camera sort of above the start-finish straight. So basically it was just a scenery until he reappeared out the final corner. Daft camera angle that was.
Well, that's useful.
It's not the best. I think they've been taking tips from Codemasters with their camera angles. Here we go. That improves. So we're just waiting for a couple of people. A couple of absences. Get my words out. And a couple of notable ones at that. We are missing our current GR4 championship leader, Nexus Cats. That will please Dark Bolt, no end. Also will please Dark Bolt is his teammate is missing. Lennon, of course, the winner of the last 2 Group 3 races, and the man nearest to win the title. So as the championship goes, it's blown pretty wide open in Dark Bolt's favour. Does still have the Mazda pairing to contend with, and we are waiting on the South. He is here now, and so police is in the lobby. So we'll be kicking off in around about a minute's time. So Sardegna C, of course, was the circuit we started the inaugural championship for the manufacturers last season with. How do you fancy this circuit, Si?
Yeah, it's a tricky little circuit. It's quite short, but it's all about momentum, especially the middle sector. There's a quick left hander, which if you can get that spot on, then you're going to make up a lot of lap time in that area. And what I've been noticing from some of the guys is that the braking point for the final corner seems to be catching 1 or 2 out.
Does be very tricky. In fact, I remember in the race last season here, I broke myself, went straight on, booked out of 3rd place all the way down to the back, and that compromised my entire race. So yeah, I can definitely testament that corner is a tricky one.
With a lot of sort of mid to high speed corners on this track, tyre wear I think is going to be key.
Bit of a power circuit as well, definitely fancies the more powerful cars, but there is scope for those who are better in the corners to make a bit of time as well. As we saw last season, it was the Porsches and the Jaguars were the kind of the cars to have around here. I was in last season, it was very handy around here, I thought. So the question of power cars, that would favour obviously like the Dark Bolt. Currently it is Ross, aka now known as Megatron the Shat, who is currently holding the fastest lap. flash away. Comes up to the look is complaining of the pitch glitch. That's not a good sign for the Nissan man. Clearly wasn't paying attention. Fastest lap is John Lashat, aka Ross. That's the man defying the Mazda's straight on speed, holding on to first position. However, Dark Bolt, championship leader, right behind him in P2, City Posh. Continuing his race in good form in P3, ahead of the second of the Mazdas.
It's got to be said that Megatron or Ross has got a real handle on that Group 4 Mazda. He just seems to be able to get lap time out of it, and I don't know how he does it.
He picked up the win last week at Trail Seaside. Everything you can out of that car. Switchback has now popped himself into P4 though, so the Toyota man is another car that struggles straight on speed. As much time as he can do in the corners. P4 at the moment, just popped himself ahead of one safe release, but very tightly bunched at the moment. Good news, we are having the second Lexus join us for the second race. Leonard has just posted. Switchback dives into the pits. Oh, as Ross goes very deep into the final corner, into the outside wall. His teammates on the grass getting out of everybody's way. He's building up for a run. Looks like he is. He's got another lap. A few guys diving into the pits. Interesting, Ross is on the soft tyre. I'm seeing, I know some of the guys in GT2 have been saying that sometimes they can't get the same speed out of the super soft tyres. They can soft, which seems bizarre. Obviously, super soft being the grippiest tyre. Some circuits it just doesn't seem to hook up.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to switch on at some places.
Unfortunately, another case of the pitch glitch for him. I'm just stuck with that this season. To the final 6 minutes qualified to halfway through the session. City Posh is now on pole position. Nissan man, top of the time sheet, looking very good in here just before qualifying started. Though he's a little bit wide there though. Cost him some time in this run. Ross coming around now to start a new flying lap. Stay on board with him. Shooting so he is up the crest towards the braking zone before you start dropping downhill again. Hard on the brakes, you go out as far as you can over the curbs. Use a run off and attacks the inside apex. Through the high speed chicane. Before this tricky left-hander, it can make it quite quickly, but the exit does tighten on you. bit of runoff there, lost out on the grass, but he's got away with it. He is up on his current best lap time, half the distance as Dark Bolt pops himself onto pole position. Almost inevitable. Lexus man hits the top of the time sheet, so there Woody Ross as he comes around the final corner, nice and tight to the apex there, good line. As he got in the straight, can he overhaul City Posh? Not quite, he does improve but not enough, stays in P3 as his teammate comes out the pits and take avoiding action. Continues to hold P4. Prototype Steph is currently P5 now, jumped ahead of Unsafe Release. So the Mercedes man, another one who's been showing decent form since he's come into the league. Just a slight tweak to his livery again this week, getting nicer as the weeks go on. Probably have it perfect.
That's questionable.
We'll have it perfect for next week, and then of course you won't get to use it again. So. Oh yeah, I see why you'd say that now. I see why you say that now. Yeah.
No, he does have good pace, Steph, but some of his strategy calls over the last couple of weeks have cost him somewhat.
Indeed. I've had a word in his ear regarding the Group 3 races, so hopefully he'll know a little bit more about what to visit that. He goes very wide there through turn 4. That's cost him this lap time. And we've got P7, got Zom sporting the new livery on his 4 Hyundai.
Switchback's moved himself up to P4.
The Hyundai's running in tandem. P7, P8, Co-Andy in P9, the second of the Toyotas. Quite know where to hook up a lot yet.
A lot of cars running together from the middle sector.
Indeed, 1.1 seconds covering all 10 drivers at the moment. Really closely bunched. It's very wide out the final corner, in fact it's on the grass.
That's Megatron.
On the grass as well. Gravity sliding out of the final corner. I think he's going to carry on. Bolt on pole position by 0.243 of a second at the moment. City Posh, then can he respond to the laptop about Bolt? There's a wide entry to the final corner. They give him a good slingshot down the straight. Step forward with him.
Yeah, that gaggle of cars that came out of the pits together, Co-Andy's just had to weave his way through them, through the first sector.
A little for Andy, as he catches up to traffic. City Posh setting hard on the brakes for turn 1. A little bit of a slide. Keeps it all pointing in the right direction. Chat for them quite nicely. Got Peteman in there, evening Pete. Tune connection. Got our newest recruit GT1 Iggy in there as well. A bit of love for the track. So they can see the goat track, City Posh has hit the wall, so that's that lap ruined as Gravity pops himself up into P5. So, not known for its speed, the Hyundai throwing himself in the mix. It's good enough from Gravity. Lennon is crying tears because he can't do the circuit. He does like this one, unfortunately. Work has kept him out of this one. He'll be back for Monza a little later on. Posh, is he gonna, I don't know if he's going to have time to get around. He's got him with 1 minute left on the clock. Don't know if he's going to get around for another lap, we'll see.
He's just going to miss it.
50 seconds, yeah, he's definitely not making that around, I'm afraid, so practice a couple of corners.
Russ is in the wall at the final corner.
Russ again has gone hard into the final corner. For the line, currently P4, stays where he is. He's down to P7. So he'll be up as part of P5. Steph and Unsafe Release have back ahead of him. P8 is on down to P9. Co-Andy now bringing up the rear. Able to extract as much from the car as his teammate has been so far.
Yeah, it's been a reversal of fortunes at Toyota so far. Oh, and as I say, that switchback is round.
That'll be the yellow flags then waving as we come around.
Yep,
There he is.
That crucial left-hander, he just bit a bit too much curb and it unsettled him.
Zom might improve his lap time. Stage P8. Commandy improves to P7. Some good lap from him. Pushback coming around to the line. There's no improvement from him. Steph is still on the high flying lap, so he's gone very deep into the final hairpin. A little bit too much speed there. Needs a ticket back to the apex. Abandon that one. So there we have it then. So the penultimate round of the Group 4 category, and Dark Bolt will start on pole position alongside City Posh and Megatron Le Chat. How long before I get bored of hearing that? Probably never. In the chat, good evening gents as well. So, quick prediction for the race winner side.
For race winner, I think I'll stick with Dark Bolt, but I do think that Switchback is going to get himself a podium.
Oh, Zom has moved off the line, but not moved off the line. He's going now. I'm not quite sure what happened there to Zom. He got away.
Then City Posh has had a good start.
Indeed, the four-wheel drive dragging him alongside. He's got the outside for turn 1. He's going to have to go the long way. Oh, he's gone a bit hot. Dark Bolt the position. The Mazda's tuck him behind. Next is Iceman's had a cracking start as well. He's up to P4. Jumps ahead of one safe release. Steph down to P6. And switch back. Gravity goes side by side. Andy, despite Toyota's awful get off the grid, he stayed on the back of the pack. Zom, who forgot to press the go pedal, I think. As we comes into lap 1, Dark Bolt has already got 3/4 of a second lead. Everybody else tucked up behind.
Oh, Steph's round Iceman was drifting as well.
A little bit, then City Posh got the magnets on now. Lexus' straight line speed is just pulling him away. Ross tucked under the
switchback
wing.
An unsafe release going side by side, that's turn 1.
Oh, gravity down the inside of both of them. Always clipped the curb, got very sideways. And now both Toyotas all over the back of the Hyundai. Going at it. Down the inside of switchback. Switchback's going to go into the wall with the contact there. Andy's going to get both of them, I think. No, gravity held on. Switchback into the wall. And maybe in a bit of contact with switchback and gravity. Going at it hard early on.
Megatron's got by City Posh.
Slipstream, they have caught Dark Bolt as well.
I said they were a lot closer to the lead one this lap.
On the side at the start finish straight, City Posh has got the toe, and the Dark Bolt now moves over to take the optimal line for turn 1. City Posh down the inside though, and back up into P2. And next is Iceman is closing in as well, so currently got 3 for the lead, very quickly going to be 4.
Andy trying to find his way past gravity. Looks like he was on the outside.
Off the back, he's had a horrible first couple of laps. 17 seconds off the back already. And we've got 3 for the lead. Bridged. City Posh is there. Just thinking about down the inside into the final corner. Dark Bolt gives him room, sees him coming. Brings on around the outside. Ross is going for a slingshot as well. He's literally the Dark Bolt. He now moves over to give City Posh the toe. Tactics. Back over again, he will indeed. So now he goes back to giving Ross the toe. Still side by side. Ross gets it done, and Iceman is there, so he's now 4 for the lead.
got by gravity.
Oh, City Posh drifts through turn 4, he's in the gravel. Iceman goes through up into P3.
Hyundai's in the wall. That's allowed to switch back past.
The Toyota's running line astern, 6th and 7th. Now, oh, unsafe for Lease is almost in the pit lane. He's that wide coming out the final corner. Off the City Posh has split the pack up, so now we've got 2 for the lead. Dark Bolt and Megatron the Shat. Oh, he took the back of Dark Bolt. I think he just gave him a little bit of a nudge. Gathered it all up though. Next is Iceman, City Posh and Unsafe Release are now together. And that little contact there between Ross and Dark Bolt. Allow those 3 back onto his tail. Iceman's wide, City Posh is wide as well, they're both on the wall. Unsafe Release takes P4. The Toyotas regrouped and they're on their way as well. Switch back now ahead of his teammate.
Swapped order, yeah.
Dartbolt's had a bit of a wobble. Ross in the back him again, coming around the final corner. Next is Iceman's very wide line. And we've got 5 for P3 because those Toyotas are nearly there. This is Iceman up ahead of the train. Unsafe Release tucked into his rear wing. He's going to send it down the inside into turn 1. Thinks about it, late move, gotta go for it, bit of a touch, will it get away with it? Posh is now fighting back on the outside as they come round to 3.
Those 2 Toyotas have used considerably less tyre than the GTR in front of them.
Keeps it on the track this time. City Posh is down the inside of Unsafe Release as they come down the hill. It's a bit of a brave move, they're still side by side.
Megatron right over the back of Dark Bolt as they approach the final corner.
Toyotas are in this battle now, so we've now got 5 cars battling for the final step on the podium. Switch back to go all the way around the outside. City Posh understeers wide into switchback. That's that Andy up the inside. Back to the front, Dark Bolt leads. Ross is right in the slipstream again. This time. Oh, we'll say for Lease has just gone straight on into the wall at turn 1. Into the gravel. That's dropped him from 3rd all the way down to 7th.
City Posh almost slid out there with him.
So this is just mugged City Posh. And around the outside. Switch back over the curb and sells the car a little bit. Andy up to P3. Takes the position away from Iceman. See how much the time these guys have lost now to the cars. They have a switchback now on the attack as well. So the inside of Iceman coming into the final corner, and the Toyotas up to 3rd and 4th. Release hones back in on this group. Gravity and Zon behind those together. A little further back. Steph off the back in his own at the moment. For the lead, still as you were. Ross just stalking Dark Bolt at the moment. Seems to be actively looking for a way
Iceman's
to
gone
pass.
back up the inside of switchback, but he's run wide. They switchbacked him.
And that's cost him 3 places as City Posh and Unsafe Release switch on the outside as well. Done so well in qualifying. He's picked through this gap, this group. He's now off the front to try to run away. Got a bit of clear track. What can you do? 1 second. So keep an eye on that gap.
I wonder if Megatron will be able to make use of his superior tyre wear at any point in the near future. Because that Lexus is starting to struggle.
That is the Lexus's big weakness is the tyre wear. Heavy tyres. Let's see between his front right. And Ross's behind him. Ross's is almost equal across both tyres. No idea how he does that. It's absolutely fantastic tyre management. He's gone up the inside into the fast right-hander. King will be on the outside for the final corner, but can he railroad around the outside? The momentum up, and he has taken the lead. So, change for the lead.
Fantastic move that.
He set that up brilliantly. Dark Bolt played a part in that as well, gave him room. And we have the first of the pit stops, and City Posh is in. And the super soft on that this, I'm not surprised. So he's going for the two-stop strategy. He's gone soft tyre. Whoa, he comes out right in front of gravity. Zom has caught and disposed of his teammate. He's now trying to chase down that.
Have swapped over again. Switch back now leads Andy.
Switch back has caught his teammate. So those two. Oh, he's on the grass though. I'm going to go side by side through the downhill section. Switch back's almost on the wall. In front of Andy. Stern. Two Toyotas. Switch on the curb and he's doing horribly there. Keeps it pointing in the right direction. Anybody else in the pits? Yes, next is Iceman's peeling off. So he's also struggling on his front right tyre. The four-wheel drive cars are chewing off that front right tyre around here. Well, he got the lead. Megadron the Shat is starting to pull away. Got the gap up to a second. That tyre wear is really starting to hurt Dark Bolt. Somebody wants to know how come nobody has a red car. We do normally have a red car. That would be Mr. Lennon Stevenson. Unfortunately, he is missing from this race, but there will be a red car in the next one. Do not worry. Kit Kat livery is just taking a break from this one. But
well, one side of Zom's car is red. It's red and black.
This is true. There's some red. Okay, there's the red side. And then switch back into the pits. Also pits. Switch back thing. He got some tyre, which suggests that he can go to the end. The gap has come down to half a second again, although Dark Bolt is now running across the grass as we back up the lead battle. You can see how much more tyre wear he's got on that front right tyre. Very well to hang on to Ross, using that Lexus's competitive advantage at straight line speed. You can see the contrasting lines through the final corner. Ross going all the way around the outside. Now is he pitting in? He's not. Oh! Calls the bluff of Dark Bolt. Dark Bolt didn't fall for it. Pit lane chicken. They're going to go one more lap, get them over halfway. I imagine they will be in next time around. Karandi has got, well, the gap's out to 6.1, so he's only had a moment. Perhaps about 4 seconds. He is dropping off the back. Safe release, keeping him honest in P4. Zom yet to make a pit stop ahead City Posh, who was the first one to stop, but he'll have to stop again, I imagine.
Yeah, City Posh's undercut has worked quite nicely against Switchback, but like you say, it's going to go out the window when he pits again. If you think he will do.
P8, Gravity and Iceman. Having made his stop, going to the outside, you expect he's going to try and hang on to it. He's going to squeeze him on the exit of 4.
Right, Dark Bolt's in this time.
But Ross carries on. Now, is that going to be a mistake? Or is he going to try and get to a stage where he can put the softs on to the end? Shall see. Unsafe release in as well. Look at the difference in fuel. Although, no, that'll be, he's actually got fuel down the so much different.
I was going to say, when they came in, they had about the same. I think the Lexus had 39 over the Mazda's 38.
Ross on the grass as he comes out of turn 4. So Ross respond with Dark Bolt pitting. Come out P3, just ahead of City Posh and Switchback, so he's cut them two off. Ross is in. Andy also pits. Dark Bolt out the final corner, City Posh and Switchback, so Switchback has bridged that gap onto P4.
Yes, Switchback's so much more under control in the braking zone for that final corner compared to the Nissan in front.
Ross is out in the lead, but Dark Bolt is closing on the run up to turn 1. He's going to go down the inside, is he? No, Ross just holds on to the lead.
Oh, Ross has gone in deep. He's in the gravel.
Oh no, it's all gone horribly wrong for Ross. Cold tyres catching him out. Let's see, Posh, Switchback and Co-Andy have all gone through. The Toyotas have really brought themselves back into this fight. Co-Andy's on the super soft, his teammates on the soft tyre. Dark Bolt on the soft. City Posh is on the soft. And the Shat is on the soft as well, but he's got a lot of work to do. He's got 4 seconds to catch back up to the lead.
Those two Toyotas, they're both going to try and get up the inside of City Posh.
A bit of contact there, I think Andy went to the back and switched back on the brakes. Got away with it. There's almost clearly the inspiration from the old BAR F1 livery with the split colour scheme. It's a fair shout. It looks a little bit better than that BAR it did there. That was an absolutely disgusting car.
Yeah, when I first saw that tonight, I thought it looked a bit like this season's BMW touring car.
It doesn't. It's very much so. He's touching himself over that now. This is wide again. Back round. Definitely pushing, trying to catch up.
Past City Posh.
And Co-Andy follows him through.
Yeah, I think City Posh ran a bit wide and tagged a wall.
Easy to do down that twisty section. Oh, Ross. City Posh bails out, so he's going for his second stop now. And so Release goes back up into P5. Iceman continuing to squabble a little bit further back. And Zom and Steph got together on track.
The two Toyotas continue to fight one another.
Dark Bolt, meanwhile, scampering off up the road. 3.3 seconds is the lead. Coming down the hill.
So if the Toyotas could work together, I wonder if they could make an impact on Dark Bolt at the front.
Going for the move up the inside. Gets a stop. It's a good overtake with the Switchback's going to do just that. And they come out side by side. It's just going to give Ross an excellent tow behind. At the moment they are losing time to Dark Bolt. If you're loving seeing these two squabbling in his mirror. Ross is up the inside of Switchback into
these two squabbling's allowed Ross in.
Quite close enough this time. So you're able to carry more corner speed.
Steph has caught up to Zom. Battle over P9 and P10.
Andy seems to have a really tight line on the Switchback, tends to go a little bit wider on entrance. Whereas on the grass, that's just Ross coming out of the final corner. He's on the track and so more. And so Felice trying to get back on terms, but he's in a bit of no man's land at the moment. City Posh back out on super soft tyres, also in a bit of no man's land. Gravity has dispensed with Nexus Iceman, so they are now running independently, and so you've got Zom and Steph squabbling over P9. Mercedes man closing up down the straight. Taking the engine.
I'm going to keep an eye on Co-Andy's lap times versus Dark Bolt, because now Andy's got that clear air in front of him. He's not battling switchback anymore. He's starting to find some speed.
Indeed, down to 3 seconds, and that's gone very, very wide out the far corner. But no, works in that Toyota. Very Bolt has managed to pull back all the time he lost. Better exit, and just using that missile of a Lexus in a straight line. Thinking about making a move on his fellow Scott. Tucks in behind for now. Plunge down the hill. Just trying to find a way through the Toyotas. Close back up onto the tail of Andy. Not really making much headway on Dark Bolt, even though they're now swabbling. Dark Bolt looking very comfortable at the stage of the race. How Ross will be cursing that mistake as he came out of the pits. To the outside.
I wonder how much Dark Bolt's fake to the inside had a role in that mistake from Ross, if any. Switchback's got a run.
I think I did that movie to you last week. Fake to the inside and you outbreak yourself into one.
Yeah, easy to do. Didn't have to so as badly as Ross did, thankfully.
Indeed. Defensive as Ross all over the back of him, all part of the lap. Break. These two.
At the rate that Ross is going, we may have to get him a Flymo sponsor.
Side, a switch back. Can I make it work? He's kept his nose in. There's speed to get around the outside. Still side by side. It's gone 2 and 4. All now dropping in front. So not this time for Ross. Tries to recover a podium. Staying more or less the same between himself and his teammates, so unless some drama happens to those ahead of him, don't think he'll be improving on P5. City Posh in a very lonely P6. Meanwhile, next Iceman has made some gains. He's up to P7, Zonwar's now P8, Steph P9, and Gravity's had an off somewhere.
Switch back at 1.
He's got it done. It's open to P3. One place recovered. Now, can he do anything about Andy, who's just starting to scamper away in front of him? Gravity's had a moment somewhere. He's now running in P10. Steph in P9 has lost the back of Zom, who's up the inside of Iceman into turn 1. And he gets the overtake done, so up into P7 for Zom, although Iceman trying to hang on around the outside. Zom's kind of looking very a bit worse for wear. A little bit of contact. Look at between Ross and Andy now, 2.1 seconds. Andy's pulling away.
As is Dark Bolt.
Bolt's lead 4.8 seconds. I think he's just managing that gap now with about 2 laps to go. 2 more laps to go, I think.
Yeah, so 2 after this one.
If you look at his lap times, he says he's come out, he's on 57.1, 57 flat, 57 flat, 57.2, 57.3, 57.4, 57.4, 57.5, 57.5. So Dark Bolt, like clockwork. 57s. 57, so look at 57.6, 57.9, 57.9, 57.8, so just losing a couple of tenths every lap. And interestingly, Andy's fuel lights flashing. There's 2 laps to go. Does he have enough fuel to get to the end? Everybody else is suffering the same as the top 4. Can Andy get 2 more laps with the fuel he's got? He's got this lap and the next lap to do. It's going to be very tight if you can do it. Can do some impressive fuel saving. Gap's gone up to 4.2 seconds, so he's not pushing. Oh, switchback's had a moment. He's dropped off the back. Stay out. Does he have to pit? He's going to go for it. But Ross has caught up to him, so that gap was 2 seconds. It's now just 6 tenths and closing. And he must be in fuel saving mode now. Barely any red marking on the fuel gauge. Beyond fumes, come to the flag. Ross on to the back of him. Look back towards unsafe release, but I think he'll be safe, barring any major mistakes. So the battle is for P2. Turn 4. And he's wide. Ross follows him wide as well, though. Mistake from Andy, but Ross made the same mistake. So come down the hill for the final time. This is the final lap into the final corner. Ross is going for the inside. Not quite close enough. Does Andy go deep? He does. Can Ross get up the inside of him? So drag to the line. Does Andy have enough fuel to get there?
I think he does just.
He does indeed. He just holds off. Great battle between those two there. Switchback comes home in P4. Unsafe release P5. City Posh P6, closing up at the end. Zom has triumphed in the battle for P7 ahead of Iceman. Debuting his new livery. Steph there closing up by the flag as well.
And he runs out of fuel as he crosses the line.
Of course he does. Getting it absolutely perfect on the fuel, and Gravity has also run out of fuel.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if that Mercedes is being run on a budget, being run on a shoestring.
I think he needs to work on his maths a little bit, put a little bit more fuel in. But it is another victory for Dark Bolt. To convert that into a victory, but what might have been for Ross having not run on at turn 1. Just see the replay. Show it later. Right, and now we look forward to round 14, which is coming from Monza. With the championship leader in Group 4 missing, that's probably the perfect race as far as Dark Bolt is concerned. I'll see him take back over at the top of the standings. So can Nexus Cats respond next week at the finale? Of course, you may have noticed in the race that Lennon has joined us for Monza race. Now will the luck be able to get back in again? Fingers crossed. head to classic Monza, a circuit that most motorsport fans will be familiar with. It's a high-speed circuit, and it's going to be tough to look past the man in that GTR, because the GTR is a rocket ship around this circuit. But I expect Dark Bolts and Lennon to be giving him a run for his money. Predictions in for the second race, Si?
I would expect the GTR to go well. It's normally the go-to car around the daily races, isn't it?
Well, indeed, it was on the list last week, and the top 10 times were GTRs. In fact, I was in one race where it was 19 GTRs and one guy in a Aston Martin.
And of course, with the length of the straights here and spending a lot of lap at full throttle, slipstream is going to play a big part. But with the update today and the alterations to slipstream, it's going to be more key as it was before, I think, to be as close to the car in front as possible.
So they don't know what the slipstream range is now. I've never seen that anywhere.
From what I've been reading today, it is apparently still about a second and a half, but it's about half as effective as it was before, and it seems to progressively get stronger the closer you get to the car in front, which to my mind is as it should be. That's what I've read. You know, I've not had any sort of practice of this or anything. It's just purely hearsay at this point.
We shall see. Camouflage. Looks like a Dale Junior livery. He's super this week. He's over in his chrome Mazda, which is currently in the gravel at the first of the Lesmos. GT livery, which he's given me a nice display of by spinning out of the first chicane, doing a donut. So we've got a nice 360 view of that livery there. Thank you, Tom. Splash of colour this week. There is the red car, so he is here for round 2, then he'll be starting on pole. Hopefully he won't be going straight on like he has done there in the race.
There is a layout on this game where you can not run the first chicane, but yeah, we're not running that layout, Lennon. So it looks like everybody is going to go with the medium tyre to start with.
Seems to be the way to go. Get the hardest compound out of the way. Before practicing a start while I grit. Two Group 3 races in a row. He was gifted Maggiore by his teammates, but he only won last week at Kyoto. He's only back in a straight fight with Dartbolt, so can he make it 3 in a row? Still has quite a comfortable lead in Group 3, just chipping away.
Yeah, you wonder if that lead that Dartbolt's got is what's sort of in his mind saying I don't need to fight him as hard as if he was right on his heels, but yeah, the longer it goes on, the more intense that fight's going to get. Black's back in the room.
Nissan playing their wild card this week, so unfortunately he's missed out on some points in the first race, but he'll be able to get off the grid in the second one. Contributing to a good point to open this up, because this is probably the best circuit for GTR.
Nissan has left the pits.
Good sign. Hopefully it will also leave the grid when we get going. To go. Bolt is offering £5 to anybody who kills his teammate. Interesting. Lucas has apparently accepted that, so if he can get off the grid, he will be the best place to do it. And we are about to get underway.
Being reverse grid, Deluck and Lennon will be starting at the front, will they not?
Well, indeed. Now, the Nissan is not the best car off the line, if I'm honest. So Lennon may have the advantage in Zone 1. Deluck as well, sporting a new livery this week. Yeah, that's green. So we'll keep an eye. Look, hopefully he will move. Grabs her up. And there we go. The look doesn't move.
Deluck hasn't moved.
Does everybody miss him? No, he didn't. That one switched back to him as well. Both Toyotas into him.
Toyota's clipped him, and ironically, Switchback, who warned everyone about Deluck maybe not moving off the grid, was the one
gone
that
deep into the first chicane. Over the curbs. He's going to give Steph a run. He's held on to the lead just about. Steph and goes side by side around Curva Grande. Steph's got the outside here, he'll have the inside for the second chicane though. 8 inches ahead. The braking's over the first time. Iceman behind them, keeping a watching brief. Oh, Steph's gone deep now as well. Oh, he's hit one of those big bollards. That's going to come across the track. Gravity takes up all the action. Contact. Iceman sideways. Safe release. Probably the inside. Oh, Andy's on the grass. Further back. See Posh making his way through quickly as well. In that Nissan. To get through his pack as quickly as he can and start using the GTR straight line speed advantage. Over literally everything in this field is super close to the straight line. That Bolt caught on Gravity at the moment. And Lennon fended off the attack of Steph. And Deep Boy's wide coming out of Ascari though. He's got a 1.1 second lead. Race come round to Parabolica for the first time.
City Posh going.
That Bolt going as well. Extra super wide line, he's lost a couple of places there. Now let's watch this GTR into the slipstream of Gravity. This should be fairly easy work. Inside. Slipstream back. Someone's making it 3 wide into the first chicane. He's gone straight on.
Som's outbroken himself. He's going to get reset.
City Posh has a big kick of oversteer. Oh, so does Gravity and so does Dark Bolt. They get on the power. Zombie, as you say, back all the way to P11 after going in way too hot to the first chicane. Too much overspeed. And then leads the race. Pulled up Steph, tucked up behind him, trying to bridge that gap again. Oh, Gravity's just dive bombed City Posh into the second chicane. Got 2 for the lead and a small gap back to Iceman and unsafe release, battling over P3. See Posh gets ahead of Gravities in the gravel coming out the first of the Lesmos, taking out one of the marker boards. Joins in front of Dark Bolt, who's got Cohen looking at the inside, and Switchback is back in this pack as well after his spin on the line. Looking outside of Ross. Back onto the pack, she's on slipstream range, so he should be able to pull himself back into the clutches of Ross and Switchback. Battle for the lead. Second into the second, then continues to lead. Steph shoot and closing.
Dark Bolt's wide out of Ascari. It's allowed Co-Andy through, also going past Gravity into Parabolica. Posh having got some clean air, starting to pull away.
Iceman on the run down to the first chicane, goes to the inside. Iceman's going deep on the brakes, but gets it stopped. Gravity's coming in hard to turn 1, takes Andy for a spin. The contact between Andy and Gravity. Bolt trying to make it interesting as well. Gravity holds onto the place, and he's now side by side with Bolt. Switchback is side by side with Rosberg. He's ahead. He's in the grass there. I love Vettel and Alonso style. So around Curva Grande.
Felice's got past Iceman in the second chicane.
Oh, Dark Bolt's got hit by Gravity. He's into the gravel. Gravity really getting his elbows out so far. Switchback and Coandy up the inside of Dark Bolt. Dark Bolt's getting...
Oh, he's hit the gravel again.
Oh, he's come back on, he's hit Dark Bolt again. That's squeezed Andy into the first and second of the Lesmos. Austin's on behind them, just watching this all unfold in front of them. Lennon and Steph are together on track, just 4/10 of a second between the pair of them now. So Felice has cleared and passed Iceman and is away. And Godzilla is closing in on Subaru. Posh with the magnets on. Switchback has come out of all that.
Slowly been chipping away at Lexus.
Switchback now clear in P6. Dark Bolt has cleared Gravity.
Iceman's going to be in trouble here. City Posh has a run.
He does indeed. He gets it done before start finish line. Iceman's going for the slipstream though.
Steph darts out from behind Lennon just to show him he's there.
Iceman's going late on the brakes.
Oh, Lennon's dropped it.
Oh, and Iceman's hip and shoulders City Posh off at the first chicane as well. And there's a huge wobble, trying to avoid a wibble wobble, trying to avoid a recovering Lennon. And City Posh, after his off, is down to P7 behind Dark Bolt. That's not where he wants to be.
Switchback up into P4 now after all that madness in turn 1.
So Steph, after an excellent first weekend in that Mercedes, finds himself in the lead again. Of course, he went with the wrong tyre strategy this last time, but he started on the mediums this time.
City Posh is round. All the way back down to P10.
He's lost it coming out the second chicane off the curbs. Big slowdown again there. Zom's had some dramas as well. He's still behind him. Losses in the gravel coming out of the second of the Lesmos.
The two Lexus are together once again.
Battling over the win at the moment. They're battling over P5 and P6. Iceman and Switchback in front of them. So Felice now is off trying to chase down stuff. Aaron is crying over City Posh's misdemeanours. 14 seconds off the lead.
Round the outside at Parabolica, he's up into P3.
City Posh a lot to do for the P10. Steph continues to lead, 3.4 seconds, just inching away from Monza Felice down the straight. We've got 4 cars battling for that final podium spot at the moment. Iceman back down the inside of Switchback. Lennon trying to get in the middle of this as well. Side by side. Oh, Iceman's got fired off. The gravel there, not quite sure what happened. There's one of the Lexus involved in that.
Iceman's been sent rallying.
The Subaru is probably the best car for that. Almost off the over there. Covering. Ross goes past him into P8. City Posh trying to close down from behind. He's on another misdemeanour somewhere. In fact, no, he's pitted. So it was almost pitted early. Gone on to the super soft tyres.
Switchback under massive pressure from Dark Bolt at the moment.
Will current F1 championship leader fare the GT2 championship leader coming behind him. That was wide again coming out of Ascari. wide as well.
Ross and Iceman.
City Posh is back on the case of Iceman. The inside. West on the run down to the parabolic. Takes the place. He is starting to close. Back up to Steph. It was over 13 seconds. He's down 12.4. So Nissan is fighting its way back up again. Lennon pits.
Lennon's boxed.
Lennon getting off those medium tyres early. Plenty of fuel. Posh also in. So these guys are going for the 3-stopper.
Dark bolts up the inside of the switchback.
Big kick of oversteer there as he gets into the power. Switchback have enough momentum to send it the inside into the second chicane. It's got a good run. Side. Overtake done. Lead gap still 3.1 seconds. Steph managing that gap back to unsafe release.
Gravity's in the gravel again.
Still got him gravity, I think. Got yellow flag. What is that?
It's Andy.
Indeed, he's going off between the Lesmos.
Yep, exit of Lesmo 1.
So despite his camouflage livery, we can see you, Andy. See you in the gravel. Seconds. Steph leading the way. Top 4 continue on, so they're not stopping yet. Does Iceman peel off this lap? No, he's going to stay out. Gravity. Lennon up the inside of Andy round the parabolica.
That's
pursuit.
That's fresh soft versus your mediums.
So far. Next Iceman's had a bit of a wobble. The first chicane again. Let's let Gravity.
And he's just about got it slowed down.
Indeed, gets back out ahead of Lennon. Continuing to tow Ross along.
Steph's had a very strong first sector this lap. He's pulled 3/4 of a second over unsafe release.
Looks at the inside of Andy into the second chicane, but thinks better of it. Oh, big wiggle coming out of the second chicane from Lennon. Lexus shaking his head. I think he wants to get past this Toyota now. He's losing out on his fresh softs. He's definitely got the grip advantage. Tuning in on unsafe release. Gap was 2.7 seconds, it's now 1.3. He's closing down on Peter. So Steph Lee now 4 seconds. He's coming for another lap. Unsafe release carries on, Dark Bolt carries on. And the switchback carries on as well. P5 raging on, Iceman still holding off Gravity. Slipstream. Close enough to make a move into turn 1. Closing.
Pits.
Iceman defends as Gravity goes to the outside. He's gone a bit hot and Iceman will keep the place. I think there's a bit of contact there. It's a bit squirrely on the power, still side by side as they come out of the first chicane. The Grande, the Superman just inching ahead. Dives to the inside to cover off the second chicane. They're going to try around the long way. It's going to make it work, they're going to ghost into each other. Come out the corner side by side. No. Iceman's got the position held for now. Lennon has been released behind them. Someone's pitted. Ross and City Posh for company. Andy out on the soft tyres.
Lennon in the gravel exit of Lesmo 2, it's allowed Ross through, and City Posh is right on the back of him now. Flex is past.
Fastest lap of the race as well, 47.9.
City Posh currently on the super soft tyre.
A very wide line as race leader pits, as does Dark Bolt. Unsafe release carries on. So Steph is going on to Simone. Filling the tank up. 7.9 litres. Iceman in as well. Steph out on the softs. Got Bolt out on the softs as well. And Lennon and Co. Here they come. Dark Bolt behind City Posh, Lennon and Ross. Steph is in the middle of them. Lennon down the inside of City Posh into the big moment again. City Posh has got half turned. He's in the gravel as he has to recover. It's not going well for City Posh. Cursing on that helmet at the moment, I think. So unsafe release is now your leader. 6.6 seconds ahead of Switchback. Who is unsafe release has got nearly a quarter of tank of fuel left. Switchback is
fuel level.
Switchback, however, is on the red line. That's some impressive fuel saving. Very impressive fuel saving. Especially as he's been running. Oh, Switchback's had a huge wobble coming out of Ascari. He's in the gravel. Into the runoff. Unsafe release then. Surely he's got a pit this time.
Gravity and Ross wide out of Ascari.
Unsafe release is carrying on again. So he's clearly got a strategy in mind. Switchback pits. Steph inside of Ross. Around the outside. So they drag down the straight. Gravity bails out into the pits. Leaves Steph, Ross and Dark Bolt battling over P2, 3 and 4. Mercedes and the Mazda side by side. So let's get to the inside done. Ross drops in behind. Keeping watching brief. Lennon's trying to bridge that gap again. At the moment. Posh going to do it all over again. Another tag. P7 with Switchback after his pit stop is out in P8. Co-Andy in the second Toyota P9. Iceman and Gravity are out together on track. Well, this race is not playing out as I expected. There's been contact which has obviously stalled a lot of the main favourites. You will see Posh. Dark Bolt also for this has a huge moment coming through with Ascari. They're working him up.
Yeah, like you say, there's been a lot of contact, but there's been a few individual errors as well, which we haven't seen in recent weeks.
Very much so. So does the race leader pit this time? It's now down to about an eighth of a tank. He is coming in this time, so race leader simply into the pits. He's done nearly half the race on those medium tyres. Very impressive stint. Steph Parabolica with Ross and Dark Bolt in tow. So he's still filling the tank. I expect Steph will inherit the lead.
Top 3 go by.
So This is out in P4, and Lennon closing quickly. Separate for turn 1. So hopefully someone filled the tank. Make a rush. Need a lot of fuel in the second stint if he can save fuel like he did in that stint.
Yeah, and if he can run a similar sort of stint, he'll probably make one less pit stop than everyone else.
His next stop. The super softs. So Felice playing himself into contention. He was 9 seconds off the lead. The top 3 are together and battling, which might slow them down. Really bring him into contention. Recently stopped. Ross stopped early, so he's probably due another stop. He's probably stopping soon. Ross still got half the tank. Ross is on just a quarter. Scarring Dartbolt with the P2, just size across the nose there with the Mazda. In the background, I'd say for these Lennon and City Posh, starting to form the second trio. Leads. Bolt is with him. Carry on. Goes for another lap. Lemon pits. See Posh pits.
Dark bolts up the inside of Steph to turn 1.
And the doors.
Both breakers late as they dare. As Dark Bolt gets through.
Indeed. So Release is closing by about 1.5 seconds as well. So he is coming. Slipped through at the moment, these 3 battling. So maybe Dartbolt's seen that in his mirrors. Just trying to put the hammer down. This is now. Oh, Steph's gone wide.
Oh, Steph's outbroke himself.
Indeed, that's stalled Ross's progress as well. That Dartbolt has a 1.2 second lead. So Release gets ever closer. Behind Zach in P5, and P6 with Andy and Zom. City Bosch and Gravity currently merged as one. Oh, there's contact there. Gravity into the gravel, Zom into the gravel as well. I think City Bosch and Gravity were ghosted into each other, and then when they went solid, Gravity ended up punting Zom off into the gravel.
Well, Steph and Megatron just ran side by side for a scarring. It's now unsafe Release to get a run on both the pair of them down towards Parabolica. And he's got a pair of them.
Safe Release under P2, but he's now 3 seconds off the back of Dartbolt. That is an absolute storming lap. And these 2 squabble behind them, now 3. Safe Release takes the fastest lap of the race. Here comes Steph back at him. All this squabbling really helping Dartbolt get away. Steph back up the inside. Little flag in turn 1. Dartbolt was off in the gravel, and he's just thrown away about a second and a half of his lead. And closing to a mistake from the race leader. It's not something we've seen this season at all. Dartbolt's been almost perfect in Group 3.
As it turns out, he is human.
Pursuit. Now just
Gravity and Iceman having a good spirited scrap over P9.
2.7 seconds covering the top 4. 16 minutes to go. So he's picked a new set of soft tyres after he's off. P9 rages on. Trio giving chase of themselves out into a line. They're not squabbling anymore. Down, Dartbolt. Unsafe release is probably the best place for him to be because he can save fuel behind Steph. He just sits in his slipstream. So obviously, when they come out for their final stops, it's going to play him right into contention. Ross, I think, is about to pit. I think Ross is in. Switch back up onto P4. Comes around parabolic P6. Inside of City Posh. Together again. Way. Right in front of these two. Side by side into turn 1. City Posh down the inside of Andy. And gets the overtake done. And tries to switch back. And this Andy is back into P6. The tyres around the first of the Lesmos. He's just inching back up onto Dark Bolt. Just down to 1.5 seconds. Oh, he's had a bit more twitch there though. Do generally think
absolutely wringing the neck of that Mercedes at the moment.
Indeed, release. I think he's just sitting there. I don't think he wants to attack anymore. I think he's just going to use that to fuel save. Steph drifts into Ascari. He's going to go wide and exit. Well, doesn't say for release say, okay, I'm going to have to go through. He's going to drop back in again. Steph goes defensive on the run out the parabolic. Which I don't think he needs to do.
He's going to defend fresh air.
He's drifted wide on exit, and that's allowed unsafe release back up into P2. So again, these two squabbling though, that's letting Dark Bolt get away. 1.5 seconds, it's now 2.4. Probably the best part of the second.
Coming back.
Indeed.
But yeah, unsafe. Gets out of the throttle nice and early. It's just going to let the Mercedes do work again. Going to be pinned at the end of this lap. He's got Ross right on his tail.
Dark Bolt's been off because Steph is less than a second behind him. Looking down the field, a mistake for Dark Bolt. And the battle for the lead is on again.
This could well be an in-lap race leader as well.
Indeed, on the red line. Onto the go, we'll be onto the super soft. Question is, when does
Steps in the gravel.
So release is through. Now, does unsafe release go in at the same time as Dark Bolt? Get the super softs on. Cover him off. Because he's got the fuel advantage.
Right, so he's got the fuel advantage, he's going to come out well in front.
Let's see. Because the tyre advantage will work in favour of Dark Bolt. I think he's doing it. He is. Oh, no, he fakes.
He's faked it.
Steph almost followed him.
Get the feeling though they'll be in next time round.
Switchback goes through. Coming out Parabolica. Posh has disposed of Andy. He's now holding off Ross. As he does pit as expected. Bolt is out in P5, so he's in between his teammate and City Posh.
Steph's had a moment through the second chicane.
Indeed, he's dropped off the back of unsafe release. When does unsafe release pull the trigger? Again, the super soft tyres. Gap back to Dark Bolt is 20.4 seconds. tyre. But he's played himself into contention with that epic first stint. Oh, Steph's had a big wobble in the background. Catches the tank slapper. Mercedes wants to get off those tyres. And so Felice does a pit. If I was him, I would pit now. Get onto the super softs. He's in this time.
She does.
He pits. Steph pits as well. 2 in. Switchback coming around on the corner. Difference in fuel there. 38 litres left. And so Felice just 10 for Steph. Pits as well.
I'd say it's already out. And he's still got the race left.
That Bolt is coming across start finish line now. To the first chicane. Let's see what the gap is. So for this on his way, it is about 8 seconds. So that is a hell of a lead. So Felice. So Felice is now in pole position. So in this race, the Lexus are about together. Lennon has another stop to make, I think. It feels like they'll be in shortly, so I can't imagine they'll hold his teammate up. Dart Bolt on the attack. He's down the inside of his teammate into the first of the Lesnos. Gets him through. Not putting quite so much of a fight this week as they are not battling for position. Steph out in P4, so he's got a bit of a gap now to chase down. He's on for a podium at the moment. Ross is not too far behind him. If I'm honest, switch back. So.
Looks like cars around him. I would say Steph's got his fuel load right.
Learn his lessons. 6.9 between first and second. 8 minutes to go. So we're looking at about 5 laps.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
P3 is now slowly focused on White and Mazda in the foreground. With 0 fuel left, so he's done that absolutely perfectly.
Dart Bolt doing the fastest lap last time around and took a 1.5 seconds out of unsafe.
Unsafe's out of lap though, so this will probably be the first real test of where unsafe lap times are at. Seconds back there, that second Mazda is chasing him down. And then Zach in a very strong 5th place after his start line collision. Where Nissan is continuing to close in from behind. In P7. Drop back a little bit for Gravity there. Straight lines the second chicane. Iceman. That's on. Lonely P11 at the moment. Up now 5.8 seconds. Parabolica. Just a couple of tenths. He's got a better run, so that gap going back up again now. That's not what Dart Bolt needs. He's also got 1.4 seconds of penalties. Shift. 4 laps to go. And so for these, that time did a 47.9. Bolt did a 37.3. 2 thousandths faster than his old best lap. The City Posh has just taken the.
But Dart Bolt massively wibbly out of the first chicane.
fifth is now on. City Posh has started to close in on switchback. He's getting his mirrors full of Godzilla. Stefan to the right of the road, so City Posh could be making some moves late in the race here. Steph continues to hold on to P3. Just slipstream range. City Posh now on the back of switchback. Through the Lesmos.
Bob's picked up another second's worth of penalties on this lap.
Indeed, and he's kept the gap about the same.
So
he's running out of time.
Peatman's asked for a dark bolt catch unsafe. At this, if he does, I don't believe he's going to get the position because of his penalty situation. That just keeps going up and up.
3 laps to go. He's still got 5.6 seconds of gap to catch up. To get interesting. Here come the straights. Here comes the Nissan.
My opinion would be that the top two are probably nailed on as they are. The battles for it's fourth.
I think so, yeah. I think Steph is probably safe. 3 laps to go, barring a mistake.
It's under control.
Barring a mistake. But Posh. Switch back here, I think. The slipstream. Nissan Grunt. Zach's also got slipstream off Ross. He's down the inside of the first chicane, gives him plenty of room.
Yeah, that's the problem Ross has got now. He's outside of
Switchback has a kick of oversteer as he gets on the power. Spits him off, and that lets City Posh through.
I was just going to say, the problem that Ross has got now is that he's outside of that Mercedes slipstream and he's now a part of this fight.
Gap to the leader is down to 4.3 seconds, so despite his penalties, Dartbolt is pushing. Rumble strips there, he's definitely on the charge. City Posh up into P4. Podium is not another question here. Podium on his debut week. Maggiore. Do. Steph gets 2.6 seconds. Got 2 laps to go. 4.3 seconds. Dartbolt continues to push. His penalty down to 1.9. This is going to be a grandstand finish. Same so for this is doing everything he can do. I think he's managing it. I think he's got a little bit in hand. He did a 48.9 last time, so he had a poor last lap. There he just did a 57.5. It's a very quick lap.
He's done a 48.6 that time around.
46 compared to Dartbolt's 47.8. Again,
yeah.
10th of a second.
City Posh.
Taking a second out of Steph. He's flying up to the back of him and bringing Ross and Zach with him. Oh, Ross has gone for a move. No, just showing his nose. Zach, after that slide, is caught back onto the tail of these pair. Llewellyn in a very lonely P7. Battling City Posh earlier, but he's fallen away as the race has gone on. And he's got Gravity for company in the battle for 8th. Seconds of penalty to get rid of. First chicane. Smash in the chase. Subaru.
City Posh might just start beginning to feel some toe off of that Mercedes in front.
The gap between the lead two 4.6, so I think Dartbolt maybe conceded the victory. Posh now within a second, so he's definitely closing. He'll be getting the slipstream now. Let's get up to Ascari for the penultimate time. Steph is defending a podium. Both these guys got podiums in their debut week. He's going to get the second one. City Posh is there now. And the last lap scrap for the final step of the podium. They've dropped Ross, they've dropped Zach.
And to the final lap we go.
Down the inside, and City Posh.
Through.
Oh, but Steph switches back. Just made contact with the back of the Nissan. Who holds the position, so he's up at the P3. Got a drag race down the start and finish straight. Got two battles in fact. The GTR, the Mercedes is not catching him.
So that Mercedes is too far back to make a lunch here, surely.
Meanwhile, Zach down the inside of Ross. And up into P5. Has dispatched Gravity, so those two are now running apart. On the final lap, safe release has played an absolute strategy blinder. Lesmos into Lesmo 2. Dark Bolt, an amicable chase again. A few incidents along the way trying to get through the pack. Stalled his project, in fact he's very low on fuel as well. I think he'll probably be okay, but it's going to be tight. The third isn't over yet either. Steph still on the tail of City Posh, and Ross still on the tail of Zach. So third and fifth position still at the grabs. Safe release picks up a half-second penalty coming out of Ascari, but he's got 5.7 seconds over Dark Bolt. He's moving down the straight. I think he knows. This one's in the bag. See, Posh gets through Ascari unscathed. That continues to head Ross as well.
Yeah. Dark Bolt's lifted off and got rid of his penalty.
And out of the Parabolica to win the race. And what a victory for Unsafe Release. Dark Bolt will come home P2. See Posh is going to take the final step of the podium. And Ross is not going to get Zach unless he can get him on the run to the line. The Supra's got it.
That penalty.
6. Lennon has also got rid of his penalty, I think. Scotus comes out of the Parabolica for the final time. And P7 for the man who started on the front row. Errors in that race, where might he have finished? And he's going to come home in P8. And second of the Toyotas. Meanwhile, next Iceman has just taken P9 from Gravity at the Parabolica. Drive to the line. Can Gravity get him before the line? The answer is no. So Iceman picks up P9. Gravity P10, and Zom has already finished. So there we have it. And it is a victory for Unsafe Release. Plays an absolute strategy blinder. So there we have it. Wins for Dark Bolt and Unsafe Release in the penultimate week of GT2. And we've got just 1 week to go before the inaugural GT2 champion is crowned. Don't forget, tomorrow of course we've got the GT1 action coming to you from Laguna Seca and Lago Maggiore. So do tune us tomorrow night for the GT1 action. Yeah, so good couple of races tonight, Si. Any standout performances for you?
I was impressed with the way that City Posh managed to recover in that second race. Yeah, a few moments and incidents early on, but he kept his head and recovered well with a solid P3 finish. And Unsafe Release's strategy, that first stint was mega.
Indeed, almost 20 minutes on the mediums, and still had quite a lot of fuel left as well. So that was an amazing effort from him. And like you say, City Posh's recovery drive as well, because he had a couple of accidents along the way. Where might he have been if he'd had a clean race? In the end, he'll definitely have one that got away from him. But there will be more chances for him in the near future, I'm sure. But anyway, that's the coverage for tonight over. Thank you very much for joining us. Please do join us tomorrow for GT1 action, and we will see you then. But for that, thank you very much, and goodbye.